On the tee from the United States of America, the Back Nine Bros. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we're back. It's the Back Nine Bros podcast. Here today, it's your boy Coop, it's Polv, and Mr. Bobo. We're talking about the Butterfield Bermuda Championship today, but I think we have to start with an apology. We pride ourselves as golf experts. But last week, I think we kind of tarnished this name. One of our own made an awful pick when if you go back to the 15-minute mark of last week's podcast, we had Polv pick his DFL, and that was Erik van Rooyen, who ended up winning at 27 under last week. What? Can you explain yourself, Polv?
Well, yes, I can. First starters, I just want to say, yeah, bad pick. However, my dark horse, Matt Kuchar, finished runner-up. My winner was Ludwig Aubert, and he finished T10. And my lock top 10 was Steven Yeager, and he was the co-leader after 2 rounds. So I had one bad pick, but 3 for 4 is pretty good.
One bad pick? He was your DFL. He shot 27 under. Absolutely dominant. Unbelievable. Also, that course was just a playground. They were tearing it up. Unbelievable tournament. Congrats, Mr. Van Rooyen. I think we have made an enemy on this podcast, Paul. I support him. I support him altogether. Great win. Good for him. But yeah, man, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Look, it's bound to happen. Bad picks happen. Look, he won. Yeah.
But again,
he hasn't had any form. What can I say? I mean, he just came out of nowhere. He said, he's been really working hard, but, I think, and he was talking about his best friend who is suffering cancer and said he's not going to make it. And he said that's all he was thinking about the whole round. And look, I mean, those things make you do crazy things, and he ended up winning. And I mean, that's an unbelievable story.
It's an unbelievable story. Glad for him. Congrats to him. But oh my God. On behalf of the Back Nine Bros podcast, we apologize. Just a tough one. And also Michael Block, DFL. I think that was kind of bound to happen there.
That's another thing. That's another one of my picks. I was the only one who said Michael Block wasn't going to make the cut. I said it. I said he's not making this cut. I said Billy Davis isn't making the cut. And I said Preston Summerhays is making the cut. And I think he did, right?
Sure.
He just missed, but he got really close.
All right, so he was the closest one out of all of them.
But an unbelievable week. A true hot take that just completely backfired against you, Paul. But let's check in with Mr. Bo. How you doing, my friend? How things been? How'd the end of the fall season go? How's life down in the RVA?
Been great, man. RVA is a great city. End of the season was good. We had a little backdoor 4th place finish at our Furman tournament, which had a good field. So we were up there with a couple good teams. I think we got close to Texas A&M and a couple others. So definitely some good experience to finish off the year. But it's officially off season here in Richmond. We have no tournaments till February, so we're all just kind of chilling. It's been pretty low key the last 2 weeks, but catching up on my schoolwork as much as I can with whatever willpower and concentration that I have left. But been a good year. I'm ready for Thanksgiving break, that's for sure.
Power through it, man. We miss those days. We miss those college days for sure. But no, glad to hear. Yeah, any takes from last week? Do you want to chirp Polv as well?
Yeah, I mean, just a ridiculous take, Erik van Rooyen. Honestly, that's a guy that I probably would have picked as a DFL, so I don't totally hate where he was coming from, but is that our first ever DFL that goes on to win? It's got to be, right? Yeah. So I mean, we got to mark this down in the record books. This will be.
We've come close to doing that a few times. It's happened before where the guys finished like runner up a couple times, but to win. I mean, look, something like that was bound to happen. But I honestly was very pleased with my picks this week. I really take pride in them. Like I said, Ludwig finished T10. My dark horse was Matt Kuchar. 45 space.
That's
Finished
an
runner-up.
impressive pick.
He
That's
played
really impressive.
very well.
Steven Yeager. Okay. I mean, that was a locked top 10. He was the co-leader after 2 rounds. I mean, so I take a lot of pride in my picks this week. I was very proud. And with the guys who used the no-name guys like Blocky and the Monday qualifiers. Also, I said, well, I'll miss the cut. So I'm doing all right. But that being said, yeah, it's crazy DFL pick for sure.
Just real quick too, and that's after the week we talk about implementing this point system that we're going to try to do next year. That would be something where, like, okay, if your DFL ends up winning, that should be negative like 150,000 points, and that just puts you in last place and just completely crosses you out. That would be fun. Just stuff like that. It will make it so interesting, and I'm just so glad. But literally the week after talking about it this happened. So let's just keep that in mind.
This is what Coop lives for, everybody.
Let's just keep that in mind as we start next year's season. But yeah, you got boys want to get into Bermuda. I'm very excited for this one.
I just have a side comment for the Bo. I'd like to trade you Pavel Buchnevich.
Who do you want?
Podcast.
Pasternak? You know what? I'm in the middle of potentially making a trade with the Crease Crash and Michael Fritz. So I'd consider a trade for you. Who you looking for? Sorry, Coop. This is a quick off-topic segment.
Absolutely, yeah. Bo, I'm thinking about Scheif or Rope.
Scheif might be in it. For Pavel Buchnevich?
Yeah, Buch had over 82 points last year.
Nah. Listen, Buch is my boy. We go way back. Listen, Buch is my boy. We go way back. He has 3 points in the season. The Blues stink. And I'm sorry. I'm going to have to decline. Back to the golf. Let's talk about some Butterfield. Brian Gay. I know he played well here a few years ago. That's always what I think of when I think of the Butterfield. So let's talk about Bermuda, the upcoming golf. Coop looks very unhappy with where we just took this. So let's make him happy again.
I mean, that's the wrong podcast, man. I know you boys got a hockey podcast now. Give that a little shout out. I know we're trying to get some listeners on that. Working, man, multitasking.
Yeah,
we sure are. We're trying to expand our avenues, reach new people.
How'd that first episode go, by the way?
Went great.
It was good. For me, I'm not, I know hockey, but I don't know the intricacies like these guys know it. So I was more of the comedic relief. I didn't really.
No,
but
you're always in the running for fantasy hockey every year. So
listen, I know my players. I know my players. I know the good teams. What's going on around the league. But if you're going to talk to me about who's going to have, listen, I know forechecks. I know back checks. I know what all those are. If you're going to talk to me about who has the best forecheck with this forward going at this formation, I never played hockey really, so I don't know that specific stuff like our boy Noah Dorfman might know. But I'm still there for a good time. I can always add my my inputs here and there. Talked a lot about Alexis Lafreniere last episode, so if you want to hear some hot takes about him, go listen to the Frozen 5.
It's basically just a pro New York Rangers podcast. Like there's like they don't talk about anything else. But
pretty much just a Rangers pod.
Regardless, but you know what hockey players are good at? They're good at playing golf, and this is what the podcast is all about. Golf.
This is their post-hockey career, man.
Exactly. So let's get into the Butterfield Bermuda Championship. Like we said, Brian Gay, very, very good here.
Hey, I got it before we get to Bermuda. I want to also mention about Van Rooyen is that he was sitting on the 125 number in the FedEx Cup standings entering last week. So, he needed a good week because if he's outside that top 125 come at the end of RSM, he's not playing on the PGA Tour next season. So he needed a good week and he produced. But another guy on the bubble who needed a big week was Patton Kizzire. He was sitting at the 130 mark, made a T15, shot 9 under in the final round, on Saturday, and then 3 under in the final round to get backdoor top 15. And look, now he's sitting at 126. So another bubble boy, and he's looking for another good week in Bermuda, and then go back home in Sea Island to finish.
And that's the thing. These tournaments, they matter. They really,
absolutely.
When you think about it as like the tour calls it the wraparound season. some people call it preseason, and some of the top players don't even play in it. This matters for a lot of guys, and there's a lot of money to go around, and it's potential career. They're career altering events, and they're really, really entertaining. So so again, good for Van Rooyen, and good for the guys like Kidzire too, that are hopefully going to use this, turn it around into into a really, really good 2024. So
I also want to touch on I know, I apologize, but Adam Long, dude, I don't know if you guys saw this. 58 consecutive fairways hit. 58.
That's absurd.
He's 1 away from tying the all-time record and 2 away from breaking it. So, I mean, that's pretty incredible. So if he starts Bermuda with 2 fairways hit, he's the all-time leader in fairways hit in a row consecutively.
Crazy that he didn't miss a single fairway this week. Imagine that. You go through an entire tournament, you hit every fairway.
Coop, you'd be out in the PGA Tour if you were doing that.
That's true.
Coop would be a top 10 player in the world.
Yeah, well, with the way I putt and the way I hit the ball off the tee, you're damn right. You're damn right. damn right. Well, this I forgot what I was going to say, but Port Royal, awesome course, beautiful setting there too. This is one of the events that I'm always have my eyes on. I love courses like right on the beach, incredible views, and oh my God, that's a bucket list course to play. If I ever get a chance to go out to Bermuda, that would be so much fun to play out there. And these guys, and I'm expecting, like last week, a very low scoring event. It's only 6,800 yards. Yeah, there's wind, but it's like a resort course. These guys can really attack it. So I'm expecting, 25, 26 under to win this event.
I agree. I mean, it's good. Well, actually, I should say some of the scores here in the past have been kind of high because of the wind. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's really going to just be weather dependent, I think. Look, if the wind is down, they're going to take it deep. But if the wind is up, dude, it could be like 12, 13 under winning. So
yeah, that's true. Well, I'm looking at last year's finish, and yeah, it was a wind. I'm guessing it was pretty windy. Seamus Power won at 19 under.
Yeah.
And everybody was right around, like there were 5 or 6 guys within 3 or 4 shots. So Denny McCarthy T6 out there as well. And you know what? It's a kind of an underrated field. Not a lot of big names. I know Drew's the guy that really picks out the unknown guys that would really, really come up here. Is there anybody that really stands out to you in this?
To play well,
or just anybody in the field that really stands out though?
Yeah, Hank Lebioda. I have a good feeling for him this week.
The one guy that stands out to me, Matt, not to cut you off, but I think it's kind of unique, is George Bryan, Wesley Bryan's brother.
Yeah.
He just got through, I think, first stage of Q school. I think he was not a pro maybe for a couple of years, and was just doing YouTube content and other stuff, and he's now going back to Q school, playing really well, and I guess he got an exemption into this week. So kind of like a cool internet star that's now potentially making this a career. Yeah. Sorry, you can go back to Lebioda. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I agree. Yeah. It is cool to see. I know he's trying to get his game back and, work his way to maybe trying to make it to Korn Ferry. But no, it's cool to see he's in the field. But yeah, I mean, I think Hank Lebioda stands out to me. He's always one of those guys, who plays well in the wraparound season. Yeah, I know, Bo, your boy Nick Dunlap, he's playing this week. What is he, sponsors exemption?
Probably. I'm sure that winning the USAM and then the US Junior a few years ago helps, but
yeah,
that doesn't get you any exemptions other than the majors, right?
Yeah, I don't believe so, but I'm sure just like random sponsors exemption got him in. So I think he's one definitely to look out for. Also, Michael Sims, Bermuda favorite, I should say. He's playing once again, so you look out for him. But yeah, DJ Trahan in the field. Good to see him playing some decent golf. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of names who could contend. I do want to mention Camilo Villegas. What a story. I mean, last week, I know we're going back to last week, but still, that was quite the performance. I mean, he's one of those guys as of late now who just kind of pops up first or second round, but he kept it together very well, and he had a chance come the 72nd hole. And for him, for everything he's been through past few years, I mean, it's just so great to see. What a great player he was and still is. He's trying to get his game back to where it was. He's another one to watch. I mean, I think he's now 140th in the points list, so he's got to really play well these next couple weeks if he wants any chance. But look, I mean, he could do it. He's got, if he has another performance like last week, definitely. So I'd look out for him, because it definitely seems like he's making great strides in an effort to gain in his form back. But yeah, should be a good week.
Yeah, well, hey, let's you boys want to get into some picks? Mr. DFL, do you want to pick your DFL and he'll be the winner?
You're itching to get that. Yeah. I actually have my DFL ready to go. Hate to do it to this kid, but every event he's been put in this year has just been really poor. Fred Biondi, just the Brazilian. I'm not liking his form. He hasn't showed any success out in tour yet. He's finished almost DFL every time he's played, so I'm going him.
Well, you want to go? I got one ready to go. And I'm so glad you didn't pick this guy, Polv. This guy has always been at the bottom, no matter what tournament he's in. It's kind of hard to understand how he's consistently on the tour. He's played in 4 events in the wraparound season already, missed the cut in all of them. Give me Omar Aresti as the.
Yeah. Just a wild. That is a good point. How's a guy like that keep his card?
He got in because of Mackenzie Hughes out of a Mackenzie Hughes withdrawal. So he was the first alternate, it looks like.
All right.
All right. In honor of our boy Drew Steiner not being here, I'm going to take Michael Gligic, DFL.
Keep him going.
We got to keep Gligic on the board even when Drew's not around. So that's my boy this week. Hopefully he shoots $1 billion.
We're making so many more enemies than we are friends on this. Like,
very unfortunate.
Come on, we're friends with Biondi. We're friends with Fred Biondi, though. That's the thing.
It's all right. Yeah. I hope he plays well. Hopefully he proves me. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Me wrong. But yeah.
All right. L top 10 or
dark horse.
Dark horse.
I mean, I already said it, but Hank Lebioda. Dude, he's had some success in the wraparounds. Actually had success in this event before. So I'm going him for dark horse. Watch out, Hank Lebioda.
I'm going to go back to the guy we just mentioned, Nick Dunlap. I mean,
you're always taking the youngsters, and they always fail.
All right. They usually do. Nick Dunlap is different. He's special. I've spoken with my college teammates about him. I predicted him to get 11 majors. So I think he is unbelievably good.
And I'm predicting you to get 180 majors.
That would be a fantastic life, man. You know what? If I got 180, I could go to sleep after my life with a smile on my face. But Dunlap might fall 169 short of me, but he's still going to have a great career. He will play well this week. Listen, I've done this with guys like James Nicholas. I've done this with guys like Michael Thorbjornsen.
Yeah, James Nicholas. Where is he now? I think he's playing G Pro Tour.
No, he's actually doing great. Speaking of James Nicholas, he's final stage of DP World Tour qualifying, and he's in second stage of Korn Ferry qualifying.
He's playing DP?
He's playing both. Yeah, and he's doing quite well. So it sounds like
he's always made the Korn Ferry, but he always shits the bed in the event, so it doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, he's doing well.
If he plays DP, he's gonna get laughed out of the tour, man. That guy's awful. He can't play in the wind.
I respectfully disagree. You know, we got some dissenting
look
views
at his results. Look at his results in like some of the southern events. They're awful. He's a Northeast guy. He always will be. Always was. Always will be. He's terrible.
He's been playing his Q school stuff down south. Doing pretty well.
Yeah, but that's Q school, man. You're going up against guys like who are with my talent level.
I don't think that's totally true.
I mean, I don't want to name some names, but there's some guys up there who missed the cut. Actually, made it through the first round of Q school, first stage. And I was
You
like,
got to be pretty good if you can make
bro.
it through first stage.
And I'll text you the name, and then you'll be like, you're right. I'll
All right,
text you right now.
text me right now.
Yeah, I will.
Meanwhile, we'll let Coop start with our lock top 10 picks.
I didn't pick my dark horse yet, man.
Oh, I apologize. Let me hear the dark horse.
All right, so it's been a recurring theme for me to pick a Swede.
Through. Yeah.
pick a Swede for my dark horses, and I'm gonna do that again this week. He's always making the cut. And I can see him. I mean, he's one of the bigger names in this event. And he always plays well. So give me Alex Noren.
I was gonna say you're going with David Lingmerth.
I picked him last week.
Picked him last country.
Fine. He did fine.
All right, Alex Noren's a good pick. I actually like that. I was thinking about him for a lock top 10, but I guess I can't use him now. Who you got, Bo, for dark horse?
Dark horse.
Or actually, you already said Dunlap, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go lock top 10. This is gonna be another Swede for you, Coop. Give me Henrik Norlander.
Like him.
Dude, he's been playing some great golf.
I picked Norlander last week. That's
who you picked. That's right.
Yeah, I didn't pick Lingmerth. I did not pick him.
But no, I like him. He has played well in this specific event in the past. Henrik Norlander's finished in the top 10. That's a lock.
I'm gonna take the former Butterfield Bermuda Championship champion, Brendan Todd, for my lock top 10. He was in great form a few years back when he won here at Manitoba. And in my experience, going back to a course where you've played well always brings back some good memories. So I think he's going to go in this week with a nice, fresh mind, ready to shoot some low scores.
I like it.
All right, my lock top 10, we talked about him earlier. And one of the great stories, one of the great turnarounds, and a guy that is fighting to stay under that top 150. Give me Camilo Villegas as a lock top 10.
Ooh,
love it.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
All right, who's the big fat winner of the week?
Lads. You know,
I love my winning pick, but I'm going to let you guys go first, and I want to be the grand finale.
All right. Well, this is a guy who had a good 2023 season. Young player, give me Austin Smotherman getting his first victory.
Tailor-made guy, I like it.
Yeah.
Young talent.
Yes,
I actually really like my pick. Has had a great start to the wraparound season, already with a win. Give me Luke List to keep it going.
Wow.
Shout out Dan Curson, huh?
Danny Curson, my boy.
Kind of love that. Going with a guy who's going to get 2 in the single wraparound season. Bold for sure. I'm going to go with Brandon Wu. I've taken him before, and I don't know if I've ever taken him to win, but I've taken him in other picks, dark horse, lock top 10, for example. And one of my favorite guys to watch, his swing is so pure, his putting stroke is so pure. He just does everything nicely. And I saw an Instagram video of him maybe a week ago, and I think he was his coach, and they were working this offseason. He looked really good. So I think he's going to come out, with some vengeance, fire some low numbers, just like Brendan Todd, but scrape Brendan Todd by a few and hold the trophy come Sunday.
Pretty good place to win a tournament too. And
I don't know how I feel about that.
You're not a Woo guy?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you think this is where he's getting his first? I don't know.
Some people say I love you, but I say I love Woo.
All right, Brandon Wu. I mean, if you got a Brandon Wu fan club, this is it right here.
By the way, we got to cross our fingers too. Obviously, we don't want any injuries or illnesses, but we hope for a dropout, because if you guys didn't know, one of the alternates this week is John Daly. That would be awesome to see him play in this.
No way.
Yeah. He's an alternate, so it's it looks like he's the 4th alternate behind Matt Every, Daniel Chopra, and Mark Wilson. So who knows? Who knows?
We got to get Mr. Griffin and Lincoln in the field.
Oh, look at Bobo's hat. I like it.
Got to
There
represent.
we go.
Love
Yes,
that. Love that. Hey, just real quick, Bo. I gotta ask: is there any way I could get some Richmond golf merch?
Yeah, I got a bunch of extra. Whatever I don't wear, I'll try to send your way. And I mean, you might not be my size, but hopefully it works.
I don't know. I'm trying to change my fashion around, so I could wear a schmedium like you do.
Yeah, get into a little schmedium, show off the muscles.
Show off the muscles.
I've never even heard of that.
That's what you wear.
You know what I do? I do. I guess you could say this shirt is kind of a schmedium.
I think Polv wears like a youth small.
I was about to say. I do remember playing with him. He has some of the Polo RLX shirts, and I think one of them is a Youth XL. So
that's exactly what you said. Actually, you said it was a Youth XL.
Yeah.
No, it was adult small, the nice fitted version. I love it. I love it. No bagginess in the swing. I mean, it's great. It's great for golf. No
free ads. No free sponsors.
Yeah, you're right.
No free ads. Come on. We got to get monetized, boys. We got to get monetized.
All right, so Coop, so that means if I'm wearing a Youth XL, that means you got to wear a small, adult small.
Good. I don't know if I can do that, man. I don't know if I can get in that. Yeah.
That means Bobo's going to have to wear a Youth medium.
That would be absurd, man.
We might have to put Soul on a Youth XL.
That's where the line is drawn. Soul and anything youth is not going hand in hand. Nothing against Soul. He's just a big dude.
Oh boy. No, we got some great picks this week. I always love this event. Like Coop said, the course is great. Bermuda, cool site to watch golf. We got to make it down there one time, boys. Hopefully when Bobo's first year out there, we'll play the wraparound season, and Coop will make the trip with us.
I'm down for that.
Live podcast from Port Royal.
Dude, exactly. We should totally do that. Play around at Port Royal and then maybe just set up the pod outside on the deck.
So
I will say, though, with that golf course, the condition does not look great. It never does on TV. It looks, I know it's like burnt, but like, I don't know.
It looks
very
like
shaggy.
Whiskey. Yeah, shaggy. That's the word I meant.
Yeah.
Still, it's Bermuda, though. You're in Bermuda.
I feel like I'm sure they have a tough time keeping it pure with the weather.
Yeah.
How crazy it is.
Yeah, 100%. But still, it's like, it just doesn't look very well groomed.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's just me.
What's your guys' favorite type of grass? You like bent?
Yeah, probably. I would say bent. Actually, no. I would say Bermuda, but it has to be like as purest conditions Bermuda, like PGA National. That's my favorite. Easiest to clip wedges off of.
Okay, you're gonna get down grain. Those into the grain Bermuda lies are tough.
Yeah, I agree. What about Coop? What's Coop gonna say? Like past Palom?
I'm out on this conversation.
What do you get down in DC? You get bent, right?
We got bent. Some of the good courses have some Bermuda as well.
Coop's definitely a POA guy.
I do like myself.
That's what they have at Pebble, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Pebble, Torrey, all those courses.
Yeah. What do they have at Kapalua?
Country Club, they have that too up in Old Maryland.
Kapalua is Bermuda, I think.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. There you have it.
There we have it. Yeah, we go all over the place on this podcast. Go from arguing about one of the worst picks in podcast history to our favorite type of grass.
Well, listen, we can't always just take picks. We gotta spice it up sometimes.
That's who we are,
I was
very spicy talking about grass.
Hey, as a golfer, you love it. I was sitting today in an IT data class and got really bored, so looked up Augusta National greens close up, and I was trying to get as close a view as I could. And man, that grass, that's pretty pristine.
You've been there, you would know.
Yeah, that's fair. I've never been on the greens though. I got to get on the greens.
Oh, the greens, yeah.
But the grass, like you walk on that fairway, it's like everybody says it's like a carpet. It's better than a carpet. You don't even think it's real. You're like,
that's what Coop
mackerel.
dreams about every night. Just Augusta's grass.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking at these renovations to the par 3 course at Augusta.
I'm so excited.
Did they play it on the new par 3 course last year, or was it not ready?
I think it was ready. I think it was,
Okay.
I think it was last year.
I don't think I
that's
remember
the thing.
watching it.
I can't wait for that because they're gonna start rolling those commercials probably right around Thanksgiving, Christmas time. Usually I think it's the CBS Thanksgiving football game. They'll usually start playing those, and oh my god, I guess I love it.
The best.
Because winter hasn't started yet, but it's already just barren and gross. Fall is basically over, and you just have that hope to that next spring.
Hey man, I can't wait till fucking fall's over, dude. I'm sick of these fucking leaves. Get me out of here.
Oh, I love it. I love fall, man.
You can't find your golf ball.
So what? Free drop, leaf roll.
Yeah, but like you can't play with good balls then.
So I don't play with good golf balls anyway.
All right, there you go. There
Yes,
you
sir.
go.
Shout out Kirkland.
Costco, man.
Costco golf balls.
I'm not like Bo anymore where I get free college golf balls. I don't live
That's what I parred 18 at St. Andrews with, a Kirkland golf ball, baby.
Hey man, you get the job done.
Yep. Yeah, I turned it around. I switched from a Titleist AVX to Kirkland, and I went and broke 40 on the back nine. So
Dude, speaking of those Kirkland balls, we had our Richmond alumni event the other day, and I was playing with a teammate of mine, and first hole hits it a little short of the green. He pulls out 3-wood, chips it in, or I guess like whatever you call that, bellies it in. I go to take his ball out of the hole because he was celebrating, and he's playing at Kirkland, and I just loved that. I thought it was awesome.
great.
So it's a good ball, man. They got so much press when they came out with those. It seems like they're actually pretty solid.
It's got the cover's kind of firm, right? Not like
It's
a softball.
it's just a golf balls are all the same. They're all the same at the end of the day.
Oh, another side note: Mitch Marner, back-to-back games, goal and 3 assists.
Pretty good right there. Trying to make a move for Austin Matthews.
Oh, that's who you're.
I mean, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not happening.
We might have to pivot to maybe Nick Suzuki instead, but that was the original goal.
I mean, Bo, if you want, I would think about doing pasta for McKinnon for pasta.
I wouldn't even do that.
I think this is a conversation we could have off air, boys.
I think you're probably right.
That's right. Well, hey, let's wrap it up here. Another great talk. Another just absolutely random conversation as well. Bo, always good to see you. Hey, give Drew Carlin a shout out as well for me. And Polv as always from Coop. That's the Back Nine Boaters podcast. Thank you, and we'll be back soon.